So, nearby Nisha.
Yep, hello.
Here in the office for the first time in over a year.
Yeah, it feels weird.
Yeah. Do you know what else is weird? Tommy Wiseau in the room.
Oh, hi, Mark.
The Room is a movie that was once described by star Greg Sestero, very aptly I might add, as a perfectly literal comedy of errors. A comedy of errors that was funded in its entirety by the walking human paradox known as Tommy Wiseau, a man whose unfamiliarity with the very basics of filmmaking can be summed up by a single fact, that being that he filmed every single shot in The Room twice at inordinate expense to himself for no reason.
I know that he recorded his audio twice because he didn't like how he sounded.
Yes, The Room is one of those films where it should be studied in film school as like an example of what not to do. Because you mentioned before we started recording, just that opening scene. So is it 21 seconds long and almost everything goes wrong?
Yeah, that single shop scene. Everyone knows what I'm on about. Who's seen The Room? They know the shop scene.
Yeah, hi doggy.
He's like, can I get some roses? And then the cashier's like, oh, hi, Johnny, didn't know it was you. Yeah, it's me.
So how would you not recognise like this hulking, raven-haired man with giant sunglasses on just walking? Is he wearing sunglasses in that scene?
Yeah, he lifts them up over his head.
Okay. 'Cause I wasn't sure if I'm remembering just Tommy Wiseau the man or Tommy Wiseau the character in that film.
Same person.
It's the same person, yeah.
Hi, doggy. You're my favorite customer.
That scene needs to be studied because if you break it down, almost every single second there is something new gone wrong. And we've talked in the video before about almost everything in The Room is wrong. Right down to the credits, where they credit someone as like waiter number 2, but there's no waiter number 1. And they misspell people's names and they don't credit the right authorities for the permits that they got, even though they didn't get any permits. But Tommy Wiseau thought that you had to put it's a mess. We filmed in front of a green screen, like a fancy green screen. Like Tommy Wiseau filmed almost every scene in that film in front of a green screen. A massive expense to himself because the entirety of The Room was self-funded, making it one of the most expensive indie movies ever made. And he could have just filmed on location with a permit that cost like $40. And instead, he's like, no, I need to CGI a city background in for no reason.
Probably to say he could, or he did. Like, just say, yeah, I did that.
Well, that's what he's claimed since the film has gone on to become like the phenomenon that it is. And it's almost like he's embarrassed of the film because he originally pitched it as a serious drama film and now describes it as a black comedy. After seeing the response to it, it's like, it's not a black comedy. It's funny and it's dark, but not for the reasons he intended. It's completely accidental that film is hilarious, and it's almost entirely because he just knew nothing about making film, which is summed up by the fact that he filmed every shot twice, which is not hyperbole, because Tommy Wiseau literally got 2 cameras, strapped them together, put them on a custom-housed rig, and filmed every shot in the movie twice for no reason. So people can't see right now because we've got this new setup of sitting down. Nisha's just sat in like a big comfy chair, like an executive. I feel like I'm on The Voice or something.
Like I'm some sort of director.
Like Tommy Wiseau, we should get 2 cameras. We've got a second camera, we could have done that.
Okay, so Tommy filmed The Room twice.
Literally twice, yes. Every single shot in the film was filmed from the original angle we see in the film and a slightly different angle, like 1 foot to the left or right, depending on which camera they put in which side of the rig on any given day. And for anyone at home wondering why, there is no why. But we can get to the theories and explanations that have been thrown around in the years since. But it's very important to note that this was a prohibitively expensive undertaking on behalf of Tommy Wiseau because he didn't rent the equipment, which is the norm for almost every Hollywood production. And people who know more about film than myself and Tommy Wiseau have expressed complete bafflement at the fact that he did this because even Disney rents their equipment because it's cheaper than buying it.
Well, cameras are really expensive.
They are, especially movie quality cameras, and Tommy Wiseau bought 2 of them and then paid for the crews to operate both because he didn't buy the same camera twice. He bought one to film in 35mm film and another one that filmed in digital HD.
So he had one digital, one film camera.
Both of which require completely different setups, like they require different lighting and they require different people to even operate them. And Tommy Wiseau paid for the crews to do that and he lit every scene for both cameras, but only used the footage from the 35mm one.
Well, yeah, I just want to keep saying why.
No, do you know why? Why not? But the important thing to note, folks at home, is that Tommy Wiseau paid all of this cost out of his own pocket. And he paid for 2 separate crews to run both cameras and pay for both cameras themselves, rather than renting them, as is the norm for everybody else in Hollywood, out of his own pocket. And then took half of that footage and half of the cost associated with getting it and just threw it in the bin.
Oh my God, why?
And we have no idea how much it cost, because the actual budget to the room is heavily contested, but it's rumoured to be around $6 million in total.
Holy shit.
And the joke from James Franco is it cost $6 million to make, but it looks like it cost 60.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And several $100,000 of that was spent on the cameras. Do you know he hired multiple understudies for every single character in the film and paid them full wage every day for turning up?
Really?
Yeah. So he not only had backups for the camera, he had backups for every actor in the film and every member of the crew, because he went through the crew 3 or 4 times and replaced them. So there was always a backup crew ready to step in case he fired the current crew. But remember, he had 2 crews, so he had 2 backup crews for the 2 separate crews he already had, and then replaced all of them 3 to 4 times. So he had backup crews.
Well, he was definitely prepared.
Alongside, he went places. All that effort for hi doggy.
Hi, doggy.
I did not hit her. I did not.
Hi, Mom. All that work for the room.
That just shows how much money he has.
And for anyone wondering, no, nobody knows where Tommy Wiseau gets his money from. Nobody knows.
It's a mystery, isn't it?
Yeah, when people have asked him, he just responds, I sold jeans and leather jackets. And I believe there are old commercials he appeared in selling jeans, if we can find a clip of that. But we might not be able to, because he had all scrubbed from the internet.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Be there for Levi's jeans.
Street Fashions has the best prices, the best quality, and the best selection of Levi's jeans anywhere.
It remains a mystery.
He's just an enigma, wrapped inside a mystery, wrapped inside a blazer with sunglasses on. That's what the sunglasses are on the desk. I got these, I should have worn these for the entire thing so I get the Tommy Wiseau on. I can go get my jacket actually, let's do that.
My God.
Let's do this. We missed Halloween last year, and my Halloween costume was going to be Tommy Wiseau.
Oh, really?
I was going to dress I was going to get the big, goofy black wig. I was going to wear a blazer, a white t-shirt, and I was going to get the huge, big sunglasses, and it's maybe it's vampire. We couldn't.
You can do that this year, though.
I can do it this year, as long as people are safe and get vaccinated. Nisha, you're probably wondering, you've asked out loud multiple times, but why? And we have no concrete explanation for any of this, because the only person who could give us that information is Tommy Wiseau, and he changes his answer seemingly on a whim. And initially, he claimed that the reason he filmed every shot in the room twice is because he wanted to be the first person in Hollywood to do that.
Okay.
And I presume he also stuck his dick into a blender for the same reason. He's like, that's a stupid, I did it, so I'll be the first person who did.
Just to say I did it. Just to say I did it.
There's a reason that no one else has done it, Tommy. And that reason is it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars that you're literally throwing in the bin. And the other explanation that he's offered, because this is the thing, this sums up Tommy Wiseau and how difficult he is to get a straight answer out of, because years after the fact he was asked again and he gave another answer, and the answer was, entire Hollywood is confused.
What?
Yeah. He was asked, Tommy, why did you film with 2 cameras? Entire Hollywood is confused. And he's like, you know what, I agree, entire Hollywood is confused. Thank you, Tommy Wiseau.
Now Nisha and Karl are confused.
Not entire Hollywood, entire world is confused by this answer. And then the closest we've ever got to a proper answer, though, does not come from Tommy Wiseau, but his longtime confidant and the star of the film, and the author of the aforementioned book, The Disaster Artist, unless that bit was cut out. In which case, the book I'm mentioning just now, The Disaster Artist, on which the film of the same name is based, Greg Sestero, he says that Tommy Wiseau just didn't know what he was doing. Which, you can believe it, can't you? I believe that more than anything else, given how the film turned out. And he's like, yeah, Tommy didn't know what he was doing and literally bought a book called How to Make a Film. And he read it, and he read the section that said camera and equipment, and read that you can film in either 35mm or digital HD. They're the 2 formats mostly used for film productions. And he didn't know what that meant, so just bought both. And then decided after the fact that film was more Hollywood. It made it, seem more legit, so he just threw away all the digital footage.
I'm just imagining him having one of those, yellow books that says how to do something for dummies.
Yeah, that's essentially what he had. And because he's not, back then especially, he wasn't all too familiar with English. It's his second, maybe third language. We don't even know what his original language that he speaks is. He claims it's English as his first language, but I don't believe that. Hi, doggy.
Hi, doggy.
Would you believe he wrote all the dialogue, folks at home? I don't know how better to sum up how much of a fucking don Tommy Wiseau is that he, according to him, he flexed and spent nearly $500,000 just to say he could, or because entire Hollywood is confused, and then just refused to elaborate. What a don. But far away, Nisha, yeah, this is the first video we've recorded in person in the new office since lockdown began.
And you just called me Fari Nisha. So.
Did I? Oh God, it's all fucking... it's just ingrained. So to date this video is August 11th, is it today?
12th.
August 12th. I'm really good at this, folks. And we're both fully vaccinated now.
Yeah, I got mine earlier.
You had yours. We're both fully vaccinated now.
If I start sounding a bit weird in videos, you know, it's side effects.
Yeah, it's because Nisha's 5Gs like start downloading. And we did originally plan to have Lucas in here with us as well, because he's also fully vaccinated, but he's unfortunately otherwise indisposed because, and he told me to say this, he got bit on the face by a snake.
Okay.
And we're going to be recording a whole bunch more stuff today. But yeah, Nisha, new office.
It's nice.
We can sit down.
Yeah, it's nice. Got a sea in, some windows. We actually have windows in this office.
We literally moved up in the world, so we're slightly higher in the office building now, and we've got windows.
More space, nice new sofa.
Yeah, we've got sofa, we've got all that good stuff, but it took, 17 months to get out of this?
But no, yeah, it feels good to be back.
Yeah, it should be fun, and we've got a whole bunch of stuff to record today, and for anyone wondering, yes, drinking videos are coming back, but we're both hungover from drinking yesterday.
I don't feel too bad, actually.
I am. Because I got in and forgot to shut my window properly. So I woke up with something like a beam of light in my eyeballs.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to sleep at like 2 a.m. and got woken up at 6. It's like,
well, I'm feeling pretty fresh, considering.
That show off. I just look sweaty because I had to run and get all the camera equipment.
Oh yeah, first day back, so many technical difficulties.
Yeah, fittingly for a Fact Fiend video, I had a bunch of technical. And you know what? Actually for a video about Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just going to say it one more time in case you go out, but maybe he's vampire. There you go.